Hey guys, so in this video, I want to talk about three stocks that recently disclosed earnings, disclosed their plans from what's happening based on the lockdown and the coronavirus. As you all know, a lot of companies right now are pivoting, a lot of companies are shifting their growth trajectories, their plans in order to stay afloat, in order to stay liquid, and in order to position themselves better. So the format will be three stocks. I'll talk about their disclosures. Then as always, we're gonna talk about the charts. These are also some of the stocks that you guys requested over the past few days, and it's just me doing your bidding, doing your wishes, plotting everything based on what the charts are saying, and also looking at based on the recent disclosures as well. So, by the way, my name is Marvin Gurmo. I'm a stock market trader and investor, and I've been investing in the market for more than a decade now. And the heart and the goal of my two YouTube channels is that I want to just teach, I just want to impart the things that I know, that hopefully the goal and the heart of it is so that you get the logic, the strategy, that you get to trade by yourself, you get to trade with conviction, and somehow it helps you that it allows the stock market to be able to help you reach your goals of financial freedom, and the stock market becomes an asset class on how you'll be able to win. So if you have not subscribed yet, super appreciate it if you could subscribe and smash that bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing and the stock market. For those who want to learn more about my other topics from entrepreneurship, from real estate, etc., they're on my second channel, Marvin Germo Podcast. The description is down below. So, anyways, let's start first with BDO. So, BDO, a couple of days, released also their first quarter results. So, a couple of things. Number one, the first quarter net income of BDO was down to 8.8 billion, and the biggest cause of it was not because their loans were lower. It was pretty much because their trading and forex transactions were lower. They had some losses attached to it. So if you add this also, this is a 10% year-on-year drop for its first quarter net profit, bringing it, as what I mentioned, around 8.8 billion. So their non-interest income declined by 39.5% to 9 billion. So, one of the things that I noted of also for BPI, their net income was lower, but for BPI was they were just shoring up on their provisions for they're expecting that this year that there will be more defaults already. So that's a thing. That's a thing between BPI and BDO. Now let's look at the charts for BDO. As you can see here, it's very consistent still with all of the other videos that I posted. That it's still on a downtrend, but as what I've posted also on the previous videos, you can see this, and this as its current ranges, meaning from similar patterns, you will always see that the stock market trading using technicals, it's almost the same. The charts, you can read any other market in the world and it will show you almost the same thing. The way you read your charts will almost be the same thing. So for BDO, main underlying trend, since it's below still MACD, it's below moving averages, it's still on a downtrend. Short, mid, and long-term moving averages are bearish. Now, the range. Resistance was at 109. As you can see here, I'll try to zoom in so you see it better. So resistance is at 109. It tried to break this for some point but went back down, got reiterated here, then tried to go up, wala rin, then tried to go up, wala rin, then tried to go up, tried to stay here for 4 days but it did not break it. Now it's back at this range. So the 109 resistance is showing you over the short term, 109.6 peso resistance over the short term is something that's quite valid. It's something that's quite legit. Now you have a support level here at the 97.65 level. If you notice it, and if you allow me to zoom in, you see that we closed at the 97 peso level, meaning BDO, if it fails to stay above or at least go up over the next few days, is might be putting in a shot that it might break down even further. That being said, also, if you notice it, the 20-day moving average, it was already bearish, it was already below it, it was already showing you that it was already breaking down. So a couple of scenarios again is this. If it does not bounce from this level, the 97.7 level, downside target will bring it to the 83 peso level. And if you notice it here, possible downside now Oops, sorry about that. What happened? Possible downside is it could bring it down to around 14.6%. Possible upside also, if it bounces, could bring it to around 10.1. So there's a possibility from the 97.8 level that somehow, some way, that it could possibly go back and bounce. But it's something that, as what I've mentioned in the previous videos, or also for those who attended Stock Smarts or Stock Smarts trainings, technical analysis is never about forecasting. So when people also ask, what's my forecast on the market? I never forecast, I never predict. I just take things as it is. The goal is just to take things based on risk management. If it goes your way, you buy. If it does not go your way, you avoid. If you own the stock already, it doesn't go your way, you have to have the discipline to sell, especially if that portfolio is for trading. Now, that's why it's very, very good to split your portfolio, meron for trading, meron for investing, so that you can have different styles for it, and you can have different narratives for it, and then you can also leverage on what you think you're actually better on. So based on this, MACD bearish. The underlying trend is bearish. Majority of the moving averages are bearish. The trend is still heading down. And today, it failed to hold on to this support level. So that being said, I hope that this helped to create your own strategy towards this, and it just shows, especially for BDO, that there's an anticipation yet, that we're not yet out of the woods. That even Japan just made the disclosure that there were around uh, I think 100 bankruptcies over the past few weeks. And if that happened in Japan, you have to understand the context. They were not in a full lockdown. In the Philippines, we're in a full lockdown. And there will be a lot of small businesses that will be hit, and majority, or at least some of those small businesses, have loans. At least some of those small businesses may not be able to pay or may default on their loans. And again, when those things happen, banks are again vulnerable also. Okay. Next, let's go to another bank, but this is another bank with a different type of story. Let's talk about UBP. Let's talk about Union Bank. For Union Bank, as for those who don't know, Union Bank is one of the first banks also that's positioning into the digital space. They even have a Bitcoin ATM. They're allowing you and pushing you to open accounts even if you're not in the bank. You don't have to go to the bank branch anymore. You can open your account online. You can transact online. They're trying to push towards digital. And if you notice it, in today's era, everyone is pushing for digital. In today's era, everyone is pushing to go digital, to go cashless, to transact via the internet. And whoever wins becomes the market leader on top of this will make a lot of money. Now, before I go to the charts, let's look at their numbers. Union Bank, first quarter 2020, profit up 22%. Their profit was pretty much driven by very, very strong growth of its earnings from lending. Please remember also that the biggest income driver still for banks is that they lend money and people pay interest. Their earnings for the first quarter is at 2.6 billion. Similar to BDO, similar to BPI, Union Bank also set a buffer, assuming that people don't pay their loans. Their buffer for that is a 1.33 billion buffer, and it was massively higher than their previous provision. Their previous provision for the loss, they're already expecting to say that more and more people won't be able to pay their loans. So part of that, their buffer is around 174 million, and then they increased it times 7 of that, which is 7.6, 1.33 billion. So Union Bank's total income or revenue grew by 37% to 9.5 billion pesos. 9.5 billion pesos. Like, one of the things also that pushed that was its interest income, which was up 47% at 6.8 billion, which again was higher because of a lot of loans. That's basically it. So if you notice it, the difference, no, the ones who are crushing it in the loan department will have a larger amount of money, a larger amount of income on the quarter. But again, I wanted to point this out. I said this on the previous videos already. For the first quarter of the year, the main difference was the lockdown only started March 12. The full lockdown started March 15, or I think March 14 or March 15. So what does that mean, and what does that entail to all of us. The main thing that people need to remember with all of this is it was only 15 days of the first quarter that got affected the most. But the blunt of this lockdown in the economy and in stocks that you're watching will have a big effect for the second quarter of the year. Now, for Union Bank, allow me to zoom out the chart so you have better context. Also, this is how it looks like from a longer perspective, and allow me to draw more support and resistances from here. There. Allow me to draw it from here, here, and here. Then let's zoom in. So the different, if you look at it, by the way, the decline that we're seeing from from Union Bank from its highest position around the 84 peso level brought it down to around 38.5% to its lowest this year. Now, current ranges that you need to remember for Union Bank if you want to trade it is resistance right now is at 58.21. Then let me check. The current support is around this level, the 54 peso level. Then the next support after that, if the 54 level does not hold, will bring it to around the 51 peso level. So you have to remember these projections, this range is similar to my example with BDO. If it does not hold the 54 peso level, downside will bring it to the 51 peso level. If it bounces off the 54 level, then the target will bring it to around the 58 peso level. Similar to BDO also, aside from it in a longer downtrend, all of the moving averages, with the exception of the 20-day moving average, are basically bearish, meaning the mid to long-term indicators are telling us that, hey, it's not yet also out of the woods yet. It does not have a full reversal yet. But again, if you are a quick trader, you can trade the volatility, and the volatility is telling you there's a support at 54, bounce from 54, target price will be at 58. This is a 8.1% upside. If you look at it, the downside also bringing it to 51. If it does not hold the 54 level, there's a 5.5% downside should it continue and should it progress downward. So comment below if you guys are learning. Comment below also if you guys have other stocks that you guys want me to request. Put the stock, hashtag stocks by request, then we're gonna make another video on top of that. If you have a question, write it sentence form, put them in the comment section, and put hashtag ask Marvin so I get to see it, and maybe hopefully we make a video on top of that as well. If you guys are getting value from this, if you guys are liking this, you're enjoying this, super appreciate it if you could press the thumbs up button, you can press the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm show these videos to more Filipinos that want to earn via the stock market. So we did BDO, we did Union Bank, we did two banks. Now let's look at the parent company of Union Bank. Do you guys know what it is? Comment below if you know who the parent company of Union Bank is. So there you go. We have Aboitiz Equity Ventures. By the way, do some of you have BDO stocks? Some of you have Union Bank stocks? I want to know. Comment them below. Now, one key, I guess, news item that's nice to talk about for Aboitiz Equity Ventures. By the way, Aboitiz Equity Ventures owns Union Bank. It also owns Aboitiz Power. Aboitiz Power, as you all know, is to power generation and distribution in the Visayas and Mindanao area. And what's so interesting about them is they're, aside from them being well run, they are pretty much into renewable energy. Also, they're trying to push towards renewable energy, which is very, very, very good. Now, here's a key thing that I'd like to mention for AEV. AEV cut their capital outlay from 73 billion pesos to 47 billion pesos. So what does that mean? Similar to the other examples that I gave you in previous videos, majority of the large companies are now storing up their war chest. They're now shoring up their war chest. They're now trying to stay liquid. They're now trying to stay in cash. And I've been saying this all the time. A lot of people are not looking at 2020 to be profitable anymore. A lot of people, a lot of businesses, a lot of conglomerates are looking at it to just stay liquid, to be ready that when things get better, when this lockdown is over, when this pandemic is over, and people start going back to their normal habits, to their normal spending, to the normal way that they transact their business, to everything else that's happening. What makes it so interesting is that if they position it well and they have enough cash, it's not just that they stand and are liquid, but they will have opportunities later on to take advantage of whatever's going on, and they could possibly win because of that. So again, that will be a prevailing theme. You will see a lot of companies start slashing most of their expenses, most of their capital expansion capex, so that they can be liquid and be protected with all this uncertainty still that's going on. Now, for AEV, if you notice it, I'll put the support here. I'll put another support here. Then I'll put this main support here. So, a couple of things. Number one, the 200-day moving average, as you can see it here, reiterated itself as a very, very legit resistance. Then, as you see it here also, the 50-day moving 100-day moving average, which also coincided with the 46 peso level resistance, showed itself strong also as a legit support level. Now, this is where we are. You have Aboitiz Equity Ventures trying to bounce off, stay above the 40 level. If it bounces off of that, again, it's very, very clear from this video that the resistance is primarily at the 46 peso level. So meaning, for those who bought at 40, target price is still pegged at 46. Make sure if it does not break out from that to sell, take profits. That's a 13.5% upside. If the 40 level does not hold, possible downside could go here, 31.96, which is a 21.8% decline, or to as low as 28.75 peso level, which brings it to a larger decline as well. Very, very distinct, very, very clear, similar to the other videos and the other stocks that we've discussed and analyzed, similar to BDO, similar to Unibank AEV, still also on a downtrend. Moving averages are confirming that it's still also on a downtrend. So I guess that's it. Three stocks, three companies. What do you like more? BDO? Comment below if you're buying BDO or you're avoiding it. Comment below if you're buying Union Bank or avoiding it. Comment also below if you're buying AEV or you're avoiding it as well. So there. Couple of plugs before I wrap up this video. Those who want to learn more about stock investing, I have a Tagalog course with Chinkitan called Stock Market for Everyone. Link is in the description. Or I have 5 of my books now available on Shopee. They can be delivered wherever you are in the Philippines. For those who want to have something delivered and you're not covered by Shopee, there's another link in the description beside the Shopee link. You can click that and they can deliver to you as well. Third one is I have another course with Sean Si. It's called Make Money, Grow Money. Link is in the description. It's all about the basics of business, entrepreneurship, investing, and making your money grow and big for you. So if you want to know more about that, the link's in the description and want to enroll and use this lockdown period for you to learn. And then again, quick plug, 2 of my channels. This current channel where this is played, this is where most of the stock market videos will come out moving forward. And the second channel called Marvin Germo Podcast. Link is in the description or you can just search it. Super appreciate it if you could support that too. That's where all of the other videos now will come out. Business, investing, real estate, personal finance, insurance, success, inspiration, Bitcoin, everything else that's massively connected to investing in business that's not stock market will be on that channel. So if you want to be updated, go head straight there, click the link. We also posted a video there just an hour ago, and I hope it's something that tremendously adds value to all of you. So what else do I want to say? I'm not sure if you guys have been watching. We posted over 100 videos already throughout this lockdown period under the lockdown learning playlist, and I'll never stop educating. I'll never stop making this for all of you because at the end, the more you start practicing, the more you start analyzing, the more you guys get to have a firmer conviction on how your future will be. And it's time that we stop complaining about the economy. It's nice to be aware about what's going on, but it's time that we start hustling. It's time that we make money, that no matter what's happening on the outside, it does not affect our finances. It does not affect the way we live because we know how to earn on our own terms. We know how to make money at our own terms. And I really believe that's what's so amazing about the stock market, because the stock market, since we can still trade online, we can still transact online, everything is working and everything is massively at a go. So I guess that's it for now. I hope you guys got a lot from all of this. Give this a like, a thumbs up if this is something that's helping you. Super appreciate it if you can share this video as well. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I'm thinking of writing a book during this lockdown. Maybe an ebook. Comment below if that's a good idea. I'm gonna make another series that will be primarily on I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but it's gonna be I'm thinking about ebooks. Comment ebook if you want me to write something in those times as well. So that's it for now. Close to the 20 minute mark. I hope that you guys got a lot from this, and I hope this video helps you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.